The winter transfer window is heating up, and clubs across Europe are making moves. In this video, we'll cover the biggest stories this January, from Raheem Sterling and Mohamed Salah to Manchester United's key targets. We'll also look at young talents on the rise, unexpected transfers, and deals that could happen sooner than you think. Stay tuned as we break down who's leaving, who's staying, and what the real chances are for each move. Let's start with Raheem Sterling, one of Chelsea's most problematic assets right now. The London club still doesn't really know what to do with a player who was considered elite just a few years ago, but today no longer fits into the team's long-term vision. The main issue is his salary. Sterling earns far too much for the role he currently plays. His performances have dropped, he struggles to compete with younger and more dynamic players, and more often than not, he finds himself on the bench. Chelsea's options are limited: a loan deal with partial salary coverage, or keeping him until the end of his contract, which would be financially inefficient. Possible loan destinations include Bayern Munich, Bayer Leverkusen, and Napoli, but none of these clubs are willing to fully cover his wages. Any deal would require serious concessions from Chelsea. An interesting situation is developing around Federico Chiesa. Liverpool are surprisingly open to selling him, despite his reputation and potential. The reason is simple inconsistency. After multiple injuries, Chiesa hasn't fully returned to his best level, and within Liverpool's system, he never became a truly key player. The main interest comes from Juventus, who are already looking for a potential replacement for Kenan Yildiz. The Turin club is considering two options: a permanent transfer or a loan deal until the end of the season. Much will depend on the financial conditions and Liverpool's willingness to negotiate. A rather unexpected name, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, the German goalkeeper, is going through a difficult period at Barcelona, dealing with injuries, a dip in form, and growing competition. Previously, Aston Villa and Girona showed interest in a loan move, but everything changed after another injury setback. At the moment, all negotiations are on hold. For Barcelona, this is a serious problem, as the club was hoping to reduce its wage bill. For now, ter Stegen remains, without any guarantees about his long-term future. Davide Fratesi is one of the main candidates for a surprise exit this winter. At Inter, he failed to establish himself as a regular starter and lost the competition in midfield. The club is disappointed, and the player himself wants more playing time. The most realistic option right now is a move to Turkey. The reported fee is around 35 million euros, with Galatasaray and Fenerbahce showing strong interest. For Inter, this would be a chance to recoup their investment, and for Fratesi, an opportunity to restart his career. Now to the biggest name of all, Mohamed Salah. Interest from Saudi Arabia hasn't disappeared, but surprisingly, Roma have entered the conversation. However, the Italian club is only willing to consider a loan deal, and only if Liverpool cover a significant portion of the player's wages. There were also contacts with Real Madrid, but they only discussed a potential loan and are not ready to move forward at this stage. Salah is a very complex case. He is still a superstar, but his age, contract situation, and salary make any transfer extremely complicated. Jean-Philippe Mateta, an experienced striker from Crystal Palace, has unexpectedly appeared on Manchester United's shortlist. United are looking for a physically strong forward who can play with his back to goal and provide depth in attack. Mateta's contract runs until the summer of 2027, so Palace have no intention of letting him go cheaply. Still, the interest is real and worth monitoring. Carlos Baleba is one of the most versatile defensive midfielders in the Premier League. The Brighton player has already attracted attention from Manchester United, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich. The main issue is the price. Brighton are demanding over 100 million euros, which makes a winter transfer almost impossible. Most likely, serious talks will be postponed until the summer, but Baleba is definitely a name to remember. Sandro Tonali remains one of the most discussed midfielders of the past year. Currently a Newcastle player, he continues to attract strong interest. Chelsea are considering a move in the summer, while Juventus want to sign him now on a loan deal with an option to buy. Tonali himself is open to returning to Italy, and is even willing to reduce his salary in order to play in Serie A again. In Brazil, everyone is talking about Ryan, the young talent from Vasco da Gama. Legendary Cafu has already praised his maturity, work ethic, technical ability, and goal-oriented mindset. His statistics are impressive. 14 goals and 1 assist in the Brazilian Serie A, 5 goals in 12 cup matches. Zenit attempted to sign the player, but both the club and Ryan himself rejected the offer, dreaming only of Western Europe. Bayern Munich are monitoring the situation, but a winter move is unlikely. Most likely, Ryan will stay in Brazil until the summer. Potential buyers may try to secure a deal in advance, aiming to bring him to Europe in 6 months, once he becomes even stronger and more prepared. The winter transfer window is only just beginning, and many major stories are still ahead of us. Some of these deals could happen as early as January, while others may become the opening chapter of a very busy summer. Let us know in the comments which transfer you think is the most realistic, and which one could surprise everyone.